Alrighty then, here we are. As you see, the Windows Task Manager, as I had noticed in my previous video I would be introducing you to. Now simply, as you can see, Windows Task Manager has tabs in it. Now these tabs offer different features of the Task Manager console. Now, the best thing about this one is Windows Task Manager Applications tab allows you to click File and run a new task, which is also the same thing as the Run prompt. Now, to get a little further into this, to show you what these processes are, because after all, I only got 1, 2, 3 applications, but yet I got 82 processes. What's going on here? I got 82 processes and only 3 things running. So maybe, just maybe, it might be something a little more than just the 3 applications running. If we right click on a task, it gives us some options. If you go to the process, it'll show you the process of the application. The process of the application. What a coinky dinky. Applications have processes, which must mean processes make up an application. Therefore, if I get rid of this process or go to the service, the service is probably Google Chrome, if there is one, but the process itself is Chrome EXE32. I got a 64-bit processor, so I guess it changes it a little bit. So now we go to the services tab. These are all the services that are running, which is quite a bit. So I'm thinking services had something to do with processes, but for some strange reason, if I go to the process, show all processes from all users, I can see all the stuff that's going on. Now if you go to the performance tab, if everybody was to do what I just showed them, they could potentially see the processor and the memory page file, not the actual physical memory. Even though it says physical memory usage, I'm using a 1.72 gigabyte page file. So theoretically, of the 4 gigabytes of memory that my computer has, 1.72 is currently being utilized by the operating system and applications that are currently running. So now the performance tab of the Windows Task Manager shows you the processors and page file. My computer's got 1, 2, 3, 4 processors and a 1.7 gigabyte page file with 11% CPU usage. I can play around with it by pressing F5 to speed it up, but it really doesn't do much. The networking tab shows the networking adapters. Now currently I'm connected to a wireless network, which is 11 megabits per second link speed, which is not really fast at all. It's just a little faster than dial-up. But whatever the case may be, it's doing the trick right now. 45 or 54 megabits per second is where it should be. some modifications have to be done somewhere, either in the computer or the router. And last but not least, we have the users tab. So in the users tab, it shows you the user currently located on the console. Now, the best feature of the task manager is the performance tab. It allows you to gain access to the resource monitor, which in therefore in the resource monitor gives you access to quite a few more advanced features that the standard task manager doesn't have. But furthering from the task manager, whenever a computer starts up, it loads files. And as it loads files, the page file increases. So what I will do is open up a web browser. I'll use Google Chrome to increase the page file. There's another one. It's only increasing it by like what, 10 megabytes. Open another one, C.4, 0.5, 0.6. Well, I guess it's not going. 0.5, 0.6, there it is. 0.7, 0.8, 0.9. So obviously as I open up more applications, the page file increases, causing the data in the memory to have to store more information to the hard drive for further referencing instead of keeping it in the page file, slowing the computer down. Now, after it receives another 1.7 gigabytes of data in the memory, it goes back to the original and changes whatever was initially on the hard drive back to the updated 1.7 gigabytes of storage space. So basically that's the gist of Task Manager. Now if you go to like the networking tab, you don't have the option of viewing the processes or anything that control the network adapter, but you can view the status, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe you can't really do nothing in the networking tab other than view the network adapters. But if I recall correctly, going to one of these tabs will allow you to go to Windows and shut down. You can shut the computer down. It might even be underneath the Users tab. I don't know. Maybe they must have removed it. Disconnect, log off. Well, that's pretty much the basic tutorial of the Task Manager.